Aloha, Pastor Gary Langley from Reunion Hawaii Church with a little leadership tip for some of my pastor friends. We started talking a little bit here at Reunion about differentiation and branding. There's a church on every corner, and some of them are defined by their doctrinal stances, by their denominational affiliation, or some other aspect. But it's difficult sometimes to stand out in the crowd because there's a church on every corner, literally. And so we talked about what makes people think of your church as special or different as opposed to XYZ church down the street. And we looked at some examples. For instance, an iPhone and an Android phone essentially are devices that do the same kinds of things, maybe do them a little bit differently, but there are people who are fiercely, devoutly proponents of one over the other. They are iPhone people or Android people only. Coca-Cola and Pepsi are similar drinks. They are caramel colored, carbonated soft drinks. But there are people who will only drink Coca-Cola products or Pepsi products because they differentiate between the two. A Big Mac and a Whopper are competitive sandwiches from two different companies. And there are people who love one and hate the other one. So in terms of your local church, what differentiates you? What makes you special? What makes you different? So the exercise that we did with our leaders that was really wonderful and very revealing, it was really time well spent. We spent some time doing this and then sharing the results in our leadership meeting. We asked them to define, when someone mentions the church name, Reunion, what does that mean to you? From your personal experience, from your perspective, what do you believe Reunion is or looks like? We got some great responses. I won't share them in this video, but we got some great responses I'll share later. The second part of the question was, from what you've observed about newcomers coming in among us, what have they told you? What have they observed as being this is what Reunion is. This is what made me come. This is what made me stay. What is it about Reunion that differentiated us as a church to those folks who are relative newcomers among us? And the third aspect was aspirational. What do you believe we want to be as a local church? What do we desire to be? What do we have as a lofty goal? Even if we're not quite there yet, what would you say, boy, Reunion really desires to be, Reunion really strives to be, aspires to be this? We got great answers. And we're going to take some of that stuff and develop it into a kind of a one-pager of this is what Reunion is. This is what people perceive us to be. This is what we aspire to be. I think it's a great leadership exercise. And in your leadership team meeting or in some other setting where you're trying to better define who you are as a church, this would be a great exercise for you to try. Give it a shot. If you want a copy of my sheet, drop me a line. Let me know. I'll send you the PDF and show you what it is, and you can make your own and take our name off of it and use it for your own. Freely we've received, freely we give. So that's my leadership tip for you. Give it a shot. Find out who you are. Define yourselves. Aloha.